Today we're making pepper steak made with savory meat, tasty vegetables, and it's better than takeout. Let's get started.
For my beef, I'm going to be using prime sirloin, but you can also use flank steak, round steak, or even ribeye. After rinsing them, make sure you pat them dry, and then we're going to start cutting them into thin slices. About this thickness here. Just to quickly show you, this is how much one steak gave me. And this is 2 steaks. Now the package was almost 2 pounds, exactly 1.90 pounds. Place your beef in a bowl or a large Ziploc bag. We're going to be marinating these. We're going to start with 1 teaspoon of baking soda. This is going to help tenderize your beef. 2 teaspoons of minced garlic. 1 teaspoon of minced ginger. 1 tablespoon of low sodium soy sauce. And 1 tablespoon of dark soy sauce. I like to use this Tamari brand. And 1 teaspoon of sesame oil. Now you just want to let the air out. That's the bag, not yours. Seal it and then massage it so that everything gets coated in the marinade. Make sure you let it marinate for at least 30 minutes. We'll go work on the rest. Cut 1 medium onion in half. Mine are pretty small, so I'm using 2 onions. I like to cut mine in thirds so I get nice bigger slices like this. Next, you're going to need 2 bell peppers. I like to go with a red and a green, but you can definitely stick to one color if you prefer. Make sure you de-seed it, cut it in thirds, and then into bite-sized pieces. You'll also need 3 fresh garlic cloves. Just give them a quick whack and then start chopping. Add your fresh garlic to a small bowl. This is going to be for our sauce. Add 1 tablespoon of low sodium soy sauce and 2 tablespoons of dark soy sauce. Add 1 tablespoon of oyster sauce, 1 teaspoon of ginger, 1 teaspoon of sesame oil, 1 teaspoon sriracha sauce, 3 tablespoons of cornstarch, and 2 teaspoons of brown sugar. And ½ cup of beef broth, but we'll use more later. Mix until your cornstarch dissolves and it's well combined. To a large pan, add 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Here I'm using my hex-clad pan. I'll post the link below, but you can definitely use a wok or a stainless steel or even a cast iron skillet. Those will give you a nice browning on your beef. Now I'm going to be cooking my beef in 2 batches because I don't want to overcrowd my pan. So we'll start with my first batch here. Without disturbing your meat, you want to cook for 2 minutes on each side. You want to try and get that nice browning if you can. Let me show you a piece here. This is what you want. Now you just got to be careful that you don't overcook it. It's better for it to be slightly pink than for you to overcook it, because we're going to continue cooking it with our veggies in just a bit. Alright, so here I'm just pulling out my first batch and fixing to add my second. Once done, you want to place it all on a plate temporarily. Wipe your pan clean and then add 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Once it's nice and hot, you can start adding your onions and your bell peppers. You want to stir fry these for about 3 minutes. You don't want them too soft. You still want a nice little crunch to them. Then we want to add our sauce. Just make sure you give it a mix. The cornstarch and the sugar tend to stick to the bottom of the bowl. At this point, I'm going to add 1 more cup of beef broth. Turn your heat down to low. You're going to notice the sauce start to thicken. And now we can add our beef back in. Make sure to give it a good mix. Now, if you feel like you need to add a little more beef broth, go ahead and do so. It all depends on how much beef you're using and how saucy you want it. Your pepper steak shouldn't have too much sauce, but you still want enough to get it all coated in that delicious sauce. This looks pretty good, so I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of salt and pepper. Make sure to give it a quick taste test before you add the salt. I absolutely love my sauce, guys. Once you have it, I promise you're going to want to make it again. Why have takeout when you can make it right at home? Now let's go plate. You can serve it on a bed of white rice. Toasted sesame seeds are optional. You can even add a little bit of green onions on top. Now, I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, I ask that you please help me out by giving me a like, commenting, and sharing with friends. Thanks for your support. If you haven't already subscribed, please be sure to do so below or hit my little picture on the side. Also, don't forget to hit the little bell to get notified of all of my new videos, and please be sure to check out these links on the side. Share with your friends. Thanks for watching and your support.